Hey there, friends. Tired of managing symptoms and struggling for answers? This holistic podcast guides you beyond one-size-fits-all advice to uncover root cause health solutions. I'm Holly Jean Mullen, your functional nutritional therapist host. Drawing from over a decade of clinical and personal experience, I'm here to help you overcome chronic issues like thyroid problems, autoimmune conditions, hormone imbalances, inflammation, weight loss resistance, the list goes on. This isn't generic advice. It's a comprehensive, personalized plan covering nutrition, mindset, and environment. Tune in for practical education, expert guests, real stories, and coaching to help identify what's keeping you stuck. It's time to understand your unique needs and tap into your God-given ability to heal by honoring nature's wisdom. Your transformation starts here. Let's go. Hello. Welcome back to Real Health Transformations Podcast. And we are in it, guys. The holidays are upon us, and there's supposed to be a time of joy and connection, but they're also a time of stress and sniffles. So you have been asking me how to stay healthy and energized during this whirlwind season. And in this episode, I'm sharing my favorite tools to help you not just survive, but thrive through it all. You know what? I hate that expression. Don't survive, but thrive. But, I just threw it out there. We're going with it, even though it's such a cliche, and I don't like it. Before we dive in, I have to give a disclaimer. Got to do the CYA because I'm going to be giving out some of my favorite supplements, tools, tips, tricks, remedies, and I got a CYA it, y'all. So this podcast is for informational purposes only. This is not medical advice, and my recommendations are based off of personal experience, personal use, and I am sharing today with the intention of supporting your body's natural processes. Everyone's body is different, so results can vary. This episode is not meant to replace medical advice or treatment. So I am sharing all the things about optimizing your body's ability to heal and thrive, even when life or illness throws a curveball. Okay, so first things first, we don't want to boost our immune system. It's a question I get all the time. Holly, what can I do to boost my immune system over the holidays or through the winter? When we talk about health, people are often saying, I need to boost my immune system. But here's the thing. We don't want to overactivate the immune system. That can lead to inflammation, even autoimmune responses. So instead, the goal is to support the body as a whole so that our immune system can do its job effectively, efficiently. So think of it like preparing your home for a big storm, something I'm getting used to here in Oklahoma. But you don't build a fortress. You just simply make sure everything is in good working order, batten down the hatches if you're here. So it's not about going overboard. I want to talk about treatments to have on hand because when we start feeling under the weather, we're going to reach for treatments first. So these are my go-to recommendations. I just want to say everything that I am recommending are things that I personally use. This is my bag of tricks right now that I am sharing with you. So my number one go-to thing are the Lifewave patches. You may or may not have heard about them, but these have been a daily part of my routine, as well as my first two go-to in my home remedy toolbox. I've been using them for over 2 years now, and I don't talk about them nearly enough. And for that, I apologize because I'm kind of like gatekeeping with my best remedies here and my best tips for health. So I'm laying it all out. So the Lifewave patches, these have really been instrumental in everyday health as well as like in times of sickness. Okay. So these are the wedding patches in sickness and in health. But two of my favorite must have patches that I wear daily and use so much are the X39, which promotes tissue repair, it boosts energy, and just supports overall recovery, and the Aeon patch, which hands down might be my absolute favorite because it's just so versatile, but it helps reduce stress and inflammation. And this is the magic part. It is clinically proven to calm the autonomic nervous system within 10 minutes. So basically, you're saying bye-bye, fight or flight mode. I love how these are just easy to use. You just stick one on and you go about your day. So I get a lot of resistance from clients, even myself. I don't like taking a bunch of pills. I hate it. So when I'm on like a regimen of a bunch of supplements, I don't like it. So if I don't have to take a pill, I'm happy. Also, I can use these for all different ages, especially with my kids. I get a lot of questions about these patches because the technology is so different. It's patented. There's literally nothing else like it on the market. And so the first question people ask is, what's in it? Because it really is just like a sticker you put on your body. There's nothing in it. It's not like a nicotine patch or hormone patch. It is non-transdermal, meaning nothing, no chemical, no drug, nothing is going into your skin. They work by using phototherapy, which is like sending a light signal to your body. So the best way to compare it is if you think about how sunlight triggers your skin to produce vitamin D. This works in a similar way. So the patches don't actually send anything into your body. Like I said, there's no chemicals, there's no substances, but what it does is reflect specific light waves or wavelengths of light back onto your skin. So it's working off your body's own infrared. Like if you were to have a thermal gun and you looked at a human, you would see the infrared heat coming off of our bodies. So these work with that. It's like flipping a switch for your body to do what it already knows how to do. So it's just kind of helping it along. So a little bit more about the X39. So this patch is all about activating stem cells, which are basically your body's natural repair crew. So these are the cells that go to work when there's damage, whether it's from an injury, wear and tear, just from aging, or something like an illness. That X39 is going to signal your body to increase production of a specific peptide that is going to activate these stem cells. So it helps them wake up and get to work. So specific benefits are going to be faster healing times from injuries or illness, reduced inflammation, improved energy, just overall vitality, and also, as a little bonus, better skin because it supports collagen and tissue repair. So this one is really like giving your body a maintenance team that's just ready to tackle any area that needs attention. Now, the Aeon patch, this one is the anti-stress and anti-inflammatory patch. It's like the calm down patch for your body. It's designed to reduce stress and inflammation, which, as we know, are at the root of a lot of health problems. This patch, I will say, won me over when my younger son was having a lot of respiratory issues, a lot of wheezing, really bad allergies when we moved here to Oklahoma. It eventually progressed into exercise-induced asthma. But I will tell you, I couldn't find anything, no like vapor rub, no essential oil, nothing that could like calm him in the night when he would wake up wheezing. I could put an Aeon patch on his chest, and within moments, his wheezing would calm down and he could sleep. So I love this patch. I've had a very long list of just success stories with this patch. And so it works with calming the stress, and not just mental stress. It affects all sorts of things in our body. Like I mentioned, inflammation, stress slows down healing, stress makes you feel tired and run down. And Aeon works by balancing that nervous system. It helps your body stay in that rest and repair mode instead of fight or flight. This one is incredible because the body cannot heal or repair itself when it's in that stress state. So the two together, the X39 and the Aeon together, those are like the dynamic duo. They complement each other. The X39 is focused on the repair and regeneration, while the Aeon creates that ideal environment for healing by calming the inflammation and reducing stress. So together, they're going to speed up recovery. They're going to reduce inflammation. They're going to support your immune system. They're going to help that fight or flight. Oh my gosh, why is it that every time I record, my cats turn into psychos? I don't know why, guys. It's like I feel like every episode, like my cats do nothing all day long, and as soon as I hit record, they decide it's time to become super annoying. Anyways, I am interrupted here. So the two of them together, they just work synergistically together. They're kind of providing like 1-2 punch. When you are sick, when you're not feeling well and your body is under that extra stress and inflammation, that's when inflammation even tends to spike more. So the X39 can step in and support healing at the cellular level, while the Aeon helps calm down that stress response and reduce that inflammation. So together, they're just giving your body the tools to fight smarter, not harder. I will link these up as a package in the show notes so you can easily find them, learn more about them. But these are hands down like my first line of defense on the daily, as well as when anyone in my family or myself are sick or dealing with something. The other thing that I love in my toolbox are home ozone treatments. Now, ozone can be incredibly helpful for immune support. You can drink ozone-infused water, or you can do ear insufflation treatments. That's probably what I do the most, and doing it that way can kill pathogens and improve oxygen utilization. I've been using ozone therapy at home for almost 3 years now. I bought my kit on a Black Friday sale shortly after we moved here, so we're probably coming up on the 3 years right now because we're heading into Black Friday. It has been a really powerful tool in my toolbox. I love it, love it, love it. So ozone therapy actually has been around for over 100 years. It was even used during World War I to treat wounds and infections. And what's really fascinating is that it has an amazing safety record, even better than aspirin. And there are over 2,500 studies backing up its benefits. So we do need to use caution when using ozone. We want to use ozone safely, but I also think there's a lot of intentional fear mongering out there around ozone therapy and its benefits just because of how empowering it is for our ability to treat ourselves. And that is, a threat to parties who monetarily benefit from you staying sick. So have no fear. Like, there is a lot of information out there to help you use ozone safely at home, especially if you buy the kit that I'll share that I bought, because it did come with a bunch of education with it too. So ozone does not put anything into your body. Instead, it works by stimulating your body to do what it's designed to do. So when ozone interacts with the antioxidant systems in your blood or in your colon or in your ears, not your lungs. Your lungs don't have the same buffering system, so you do not want to inhale ozone. But when used in other ways, it's going to trigger this cascade of benefits. It's kind of like a gentle stressor that's telling your body, hey, we need to step up our game. and it kickstarts pathways similar to what happens like during exercise or when you use a sauna or fasting. Those things, those are like hormetic stresses, right? They're helping your body to create something powerful, whether it's antioxidants or to correct oxidative stress. Another thing I like about ozone therapy is just how versatile it is. It's been shown to support the immune system. It can improve blood flow and oxygen efficiency. It also reduces inflammation, and all by helping your body just work more effectively. And that's why it's commonly used for things like chronic diseases. So think Lyme or autoimmune conditions or mold toxicity. It's even used for biohacking and anti-aging. So the idea of ozone therapy can sound a bit high tech, but it's actually pretty simple to do at home. If you're going to do like IV ozone, yeah, you want to go to a clinic for that. I'm not telling you to like do an IV at your house. But even doing that is pricey. Like if you're going to go to a clinic and get IV ozone, that's going to be $250, $300 a treatment. I don't know. But that's why I invested in this home system. And like I mentioned, I got it on a Black Friday sale. Like it was the best deal. So I will share that same deal that I got with you. So don't forget to check the show notes because this is the best time. It's like not this low any other time. But with this home kit, with this setup, I can do treatments like rectal and vaginal insufflation. That's going to be sort of for systemic treatments. You can make ozonated water, or you can also do ear insufflation. That's what I do probably most commonly because I'm using it a lot of times for like upper respiratory, like head colds and stuff. But you can do it all for just a fraction of the cost of what it would be to go and get it done in a clinic. Like you definitely, the machine, the kit, I guess, it pays for itself. I promise you. It's quick. It's easy. It's probably saved us thousands of dollars instead of like going somewhere. For me, one of the most impressive benefits with ozone is how it helps with oxygen efficiency because oxygen is our most important nutrient. So it's not just about breathing it in, it's about how our body uses it. So ozone can stimulate your body to use oxygen more efficiently. And that's going to have a ripple effect. You're going to have better energy, you're going to have faster recovery, sharper thinking, less inflammation. I've even heard that if you do ozone before working out, you'll like have more energy. And I am going to try it, I think, next weekend at my soccer game. So just like with everything, ozone is not one size fits all. You do have to start slow. If you jump in with high doses, you might experience a detox reaction, a Herxheimer reaction. Basically, that's when your body starts killing off pathogens too quickly. You're going to feel sick. So you need to do it with the right approach, low and slow. That way you can avoid that experience and you can have those amazing benefits safely. Overall, ozone therapy is going to be a really great tool for keeping your immune system strong, for improving your energy. And like I said, it's just one of the best investments I've made in our health. And the science behind it is pretty supportive and it's exciting. So if you want to try ozone therapy at home, like I said, I will link the system that I have and you'll get a discount just like I did because now's the best time to buy. The other thing that I love for immune support year round, but especially this time of year, is supporting your gut. Your gut is the front line of your immune system. About 70% of our immune activity takes place there, and it goes beyond just digestion. Our healthy gut is going to play a role in defending our bodies against illness. So that's why I like to make gut health a priority, especially during the winter, especially during the holidays, and anytime I feel something coming on. But during the holidays, we're having indulgent meals, we have higher stress. That can all take a toll on our digestive system. It's going to make it harder to break down food and absorb our nutrients. So digestive enzymes, those are going to help ensure that your body is getting what it needs from your food, because we want to have proper nutrient absorption. That's going to be key to keeping our immune system strong and functioning at its best, especially during a season when we are exposed to maybe more germs, we're traveling, we're around more people, and we're also around more toxins just from stuff we're consuming, a lot of holiday decorations and items just have higher toxins in them. Like, did you know Christmas lights have lead in them? Fun fact. Always wash your hands after putting up Christmas lights. So, two of my favorite products, things that I use and like, are GI Synergy, that's by Apex Energetics, and Digest Ultimate. I think that one is now. But these are a great complement with each other. They give a full spectrum of GI support, gut support. GI Synergy, that's my go-to for resetting and maintaining a healthy gut. It's going to target root cause stuff going on with imbalances in the gut. It's going to help with things like yeast, parasites, inflammation. It also supports the immune system by creating a healthier gut overall. So it's perfect for those times when I feel like my gut needs a reset, or when I'm dealing with stress, or when I feel illness coming on. I've tried dozens of different digestive enzymes out there. Digest Ultimate is my favorite. It's one that I can actually feel a difference on. It has digestive enzymes, and it's more about like the day-to-day digestion side of things. It has enzymes that are going to help break down everything from your proteins, carbs, fats, even those tricky foods like dairy, grains, the fibers and veggies and beans, all the things that I'm not normally eating year round or regularly, but I may responsibly indulge in during the holidays. So they help to just digest. And that means I can actually like absorb the nutrients from my food instead of just letting them pass through, which is an added stress on the digestive system. So together, the GI Synergy and the digestive enzymes, they're like a perfect little tag team. They're clearing up the gut, keeping it balanced, making sure my digestion is just running smoothly. I'm getting all the nutrients my body needs. Dude, I feel like I'm sounding like a freaking commercial, but I swear I'm just trying to share the things that I use, because I can't even count how many times people have asked me these questions of like what they can do to support their body or their immune system right now. And so honestly, I'm just sharing the things that I use. But as I'm saying this, I was like, I feel like an infomercial. That is not my intention. I'm just sharing what I use and what I like and why I use them and why I like them. So that's my side note there. But yeah, so back to the GI Synergy, I will say that I just love using these a little extra during the holidays or when I've been indulging a little bit more than usual. Those enzymes can help get a handle on those heavier meals without feeling weighed down. GI Synergy keeps my gut in check so I don't end up with yeast overgrowth or other imbalances as a recovering moldy. Like, those are just things that happen when I'm a little too far on the sugar spectrum. And it doesn't take much for me, honestly. So GI Synergy is also something that I take and give to my family when we feel something coming on, because it can just knock out a bug pretty quickly. So those are those. The other thing that I like and is actually new to me this year, and when it was introduced to me and I tried it for the first time, I was like, whoa, Nelly, where has this been all my life? And that is black seed oil. It was introduced to me as kind of a secret weapon against the C. Rona. And I saw it work some pretty quick miracles in clients and myself when it came to respiratory bugs. So maybe not necessarily that C word, but I have seen clients respond tremendously to this for that. But I have not used it for that. I've used it for other upper respiratory things, coughs, colds. Black seed oil, if you've never heard of it, like I had never heard of it, it's an ancient remedy. Apparently, it's been around forever. It's sometimes called the seed of blessing. It's been around for centuries, and it's been known for all sorts of powerful health benefits. Modern research backs up this ancient reputation. So it has well, how do I explain it? Okay, it's an antioxidant rich oil that supports the immune system, supports a healthy immune system. But the thing that makes it special is it has a unique blend of fatty acids. Those fatty acids are going to help maintain your cellular health. They're also going to help reduce inflammation. They are going to support a balanced immune response, not an overactive immune response. It's also pretty versatile. The health practitioners that I know use it, recommend it not just for immunity, but it could also promote heart health. It could help with easing digestive issues. It can help with balancing blood sugar. It even has like benefits for healthy skin and hair. There is a compound in it called, I'm going to say this wrong, but I'm going to try, thymoquinone. Thymoquinone. No, thymoquinone. Thymoquinone. That's it. Thymoquinone. It's no, you don't have to know this. I don't ever say that. I'm saying it to you so you know, but you don't have to remember that. I won't remember that. But this compound is known for its anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and antioxidant properties. So it's really a great natural choice for people who are just kind of seeking a more holistic way to treat illnesses, but also support general wellness. So the one thing you need to know, though, is when purchasing a black seed oil, quality is everything. You don't want to buy one that's in plastic. You want to get one that's in a nice glass bottle. To get the full benefits, you also want to get one that's 100% pure. So you want it to be 100% pure black seed oil. You want it to be cold pressed, because when it is cold pressed, that's going to preserve the oil's nutrient potency. And it's also going to make sure that there aren't any harmful chemicals in it, because sometimes if it's processed with other solvents or alcohol or fillers, like you don't want any of that. And you want it to be cold pressed because heat is going to degrade the quality. You also want to find one that doesn't have any like added preservatives or gluten in it. So the way you know that you're getting a clean, pure product is by checking for all of those things. So whether you're using it to support your immune system right now, or if you want to explore like other benefits for just having good skin health or just balance your body's inflammatory responses, black seed oil is a powerhouse. You should have it in your toolbox. I will just throw out a warning here. It tastes like gasoline smells. It's awful. It's really nasty. So that's just the honest truth there. What I do for my kids is I will put it on a teaspoon with honey. I will use it with honey too, especially like if I have a sore throat or something going on. That definitely helps a lot. If you're trying to avoid the sugar, I've also done it with like a drop or two of liquid stevia. And I know stevia has like that funky taste, but it does help. So that is my recommendation on the black seed oil. You want that in your toolkit this winter. The next thing that I recommend, and again, I use this year round, but especially this time of year, nasal irrigation rinse. Say that 3 times fast. But our nose, our sinuses, those act as a body's air filter. They're going to catch airborne contaminants like dust, pollen, germs, before they can make their way further into our respiratory system. So, but just like any air filter, they need to be cleaned to work efficiently, effectively. So that's where nasal irrigation really comes in. It's an ancient practice. It's been used for forever and ever. It's still one of the simplest, most cost-effective, most effective ways to defend yourself against airborne bugs. If you're using a nasal rinse, you can use like a neti pot. You can get one of those nasal spray kits from the drugstore, like CVS or Walgreens. That's what I have. Replace it every couple months. They're inexpensive. They come with saline packs. If you do them, especially after flying, if you're traveling, when you get off the airplane and to your hotel room or back home, definitely do a nasal rinse. If you've been out around a lot of people, I like to do a nasal rinse. But also when you feel something coming on, it's a good idea to use a nasal rinse. Do not use tap water. Please use high quality filtered water, even a distilled water. But with all the gunk that is in our tap water, you don't want to be shooting that up your nose. That kind of defeats the purpose. But it's going to help flush out allergens, germs, all those other irritants before they have a chance to settle in and cause trouble. If you remember, again, back during like the C-Rona time, one of the things that they were recommending on top of masks, but they were saying like nasal rinsing was an effective way to kind of protect yourself too. So there we go. What else? Hold on. There was something else I wanted to say about nasal rinsing. Make sure you are using, again, like not tap water, but also you do want to use like either a saline solution, not just pure water that's going to burn, but you want to use something with like saline in it. I love the Quinton hypertonics. Like you could nasal flush with that or nasal rinse with that. You could also add a drop of iodine or colloidal silver to the rinse. I've even put some biotoxin binder in it as well and done a rinse that way. It's like a little bit extra. So it's versatile, it's cheap, it's quick. If you are already dealing with congestion, definitely nasal rinse. Okay, moving on. The other thing I love, using a binder for holiday indulgences or any kind of tummy troubles. We've all been there, just one too many indulgent meals or even a family member coming down with a tummy bug that can just like kind of throw off everyone's digestive system. A good binder is something you want to have in your home toolkit at all times, year round. I like the Cellcore biotoxin binder. That's one of my go-tos. Coatage also has a great binder. Even just a simple activated charcoal from the health food store, that can really help support your body. They work by grabbing onto unwanted toxins, pathogens, irritants, removes them from the gut, and kind of safely escorts them out of the system. Binders are the bouncer at the club, getting rid of the riffraff. A hot tip, when you've overindulged, your body might struggle to handle that extra load of rich foods, maybe alcohol, maybe processed ingredients that you're not used to. This is what you want to take for that. It's going to absorb those toxins. It's going to also support your detox pathways. So it's going to make it easier for your body to recover and kind of reset after the overindulgence. And it's just also going to ease the burden on your liver and your digestive system so you can recover quicker too. For tummy bugs or food poisoning, binders are going to be your jam. You want them. They are going to trap the toxins or the pathogen, whatever it is that's causing the issue, before it can wreak more havoc. I have successfully halted food poisoning, tummy bugs, like after they start, if you can keep a binder down, it will make it less miserable and clear it a lot faster. Also, when someone does come down with the tummy bug in the house, we are all taking binders because it can really help prevent someone else from getting sick, prevents it from spreading. It's something you want year round. But okay, a few tips. You always want to take a binder away from other supplements and medications because they can interfere with the absorption of those things. So I say an hour from supplements, front and back, 2 hours from medications. It's not worth risking any interference there. You want to make sure you stay hydrated, drink lots of water if you're taking binders because they can be drying. So water is going to help flush out toxins more effectively too. And also just start slow, low and slow. That is the key here. You don't want to take a bunch of them. If I'm taking it after a meal, an overindulging meal, 1 to 2, and the same with taking it prophylactically. Oh my gosh, what is that word? Preventatively. You probably know what I'm trying to say. I'm having a brain fart. You're taking it preventively. Probably just 1 or 2 is fine. The only time I increase binders up to 3, 4, 6 is when I'm working with a specific protocol on detoxing. Otherwise, just 1 or 2 should be sufficient. Now, with all of these, treatments are great when something goes wrong, but prevention really is where the power is at. It's really better to stop the problems before they start. Not that we can prevent everything, but prevention is really where the real magic happens. So when you take care of your body proactively, when you're giving it the tools it needs to stay resilient, fight off illness, recover faster, excuse me, that is when we're really like benefiting there, right? We want to be proactive. But to do that, we need to build a strong foundation. So those tools to have when something does come up, fantastic. But we need to start with the basics also in year round. Nourishing food, good hydration, quality sleep, prioritizing rest, guys, and regular movement. And these are going to be the cornerstones of health. I talk about this all the time, you know this, but when your body has what it needs, whether that's a steady supply of nutrients, balanced blood sugar, restorative rest, that's when we're better equipped to handle the stress and we can fend off those cooties. Our body can repair itself when it's needed. I know this time of year it is tempting to burn the candle at both ends, but sleep is when your body repairs and recharges. So if you could aim for 7 to 9 hours, create a bedtime ritual to help you wind down, you're going to see the benefits in that. When we're in the peak of the holiday craziness, it's easy to take the gym off your to-do list or exercise in general, but you don't have to spend hours working out. Even just a little bit helps. A quick walk, a short weightlifting session, that's going to help boost your circulation, stimulate lymphatic flow, which is also going to help keep your body's defense system in that tip-top shape. Plus, it's also going to help manage the stress that just comes with the holidays. The other part of prevention is moving your bowels. Yes, I went there. Regular elimination is so important for keeping your immune system strong because when it slows down, toxins can recirculate because they get reabsorbed in our colon. And that's going to stress our body out even more. So my hands down ultimate favorite supplement for getting things moving, if you need help there, besides hydration, that is my number one recommendation. If you're having trouble there, drink more water. Water. But if that's not doing it, Cellcore's Bowel Mover is like an angel. It keeps things flowing. It's non-habit forming. So you're not going to have the same concerns like with the Miralax. It just helps your body stimulate peristalsis. So don't underestimate the power of a good poop. Your body will thank you. And just like a couple other things if we're going to go into like the woo-woo department, but we have to set boundaries and protect our energy. The holidays are just notorious for pushing people pleasers to their limits. Ask me how I know. But when we're constantly overextending ourselves, it's going to deplete your energy. It leaves you vulnerable to stress, leaves you vulnerable to illness. So practice saying no when necessary. And no can be a complete sense. You don't have to give reasons. You don't have to give a story. You don't have to make excuses. You can just say no, thank you. You need to prioritize time for yourself and your immediate family. Your energy is finite, so we need to protect it like it's a precious resource, because it is. And with that, we need to also take time to breathe, because the holidays can just be so overwhelming. There's just so much to do, especially when we're not effectively saying no. So take time to take some deep breaths, meditate, pray, stay centered. Even just 5 minutes a day can make a big difference. Like taking time to breathe and just express gratitude. I like doing that in the morning. That's when it's most helpful to me, kind of sets the intention of the day. So just prevention isn't about perfection. It's about building those daily habits that are going to set us up for success. Because when we can shift our focus into prevention, that's when we're going to empower our body to work at its best. And that's the real secret here, right? That's the real secret we all want, long-term health. So we don't have to wait for things to go wrong, but we do want to be prepared with tools to handle when they do, because we know that we do get sick once in a while. Things come up. Let's just say when sickness hits, sometimes it's more than we can handle with home remedies and the natural solutions. And you know what? That is okay. There is a time and a place for Western medicine, and we shouldn't feel guilty or judged for seeking help when it is truly needed. I know the holistic world can sometimes feel a little judgy, right? It's easy to get caught up in the mindset that we should always be able to treat ourselves. But the truth is, like knowing when something has moved beyond our ability to handle, that is a sign of wisdom, not failure. Stubbornly avoiding medical intervention when it's necessary can do more harm than good. Holistic health is all about balance, right? It's about using natural tools that keep our bodies strong and resilient, but it's also recognizing that modern medicine has its place. And whether it's an infection that requires antibiotics, or if it's an injury that needs professional care, or symptoms that just aren't improving, there is zero shame in reaching out for help, because the goal is to use the best of both worlds. We want to support our body with natural remedies when they're enough, but sometimes something bigger comes along and you just have to trust yourself to make that right call. So seeking treatment doesn't mean you've failed. It means you're doing what's best for your body and what's best for your health. And at the end of the day, it's not about proving that you can do it all on your own. You're not getting an award. We're not in a contest. We want to stay healthy and strong for ourselves and for our loved ones. And sometimes that just means knowing when to lean on the tools and expertise that are outside of your natural toolbox. Now, that said, if you do need to take antibiotics, it's fine. We can support our bodies through that as well. So sometimes antibiotics are unavoidable, but there's no doubt that they can take a toll on your gut health as well. which in turn is going to affect your immune system. So you need to balance them out. One thing you want to do is take a high quality probiotic and not at the same time as your antibiotics. You want to space them out by at least a couple hours. You can eat fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, yogurt to kind of help support your gut flora. Don't do that if you have a histamine issue, but for most of us, it's fine. You can drink bone broth for the gut healing and the extra nutrients. Again, you can support your detox pathways with binders like the biotoxin binder or activated charcoal. But the goal is to help your body recover and stay strong while you're healing. I do have one note though, and that is if you're offered Tamiflu, that's something to think twice about. Many people rush to grab antiviral medications like Tamiflu at the first sign of flu symptoms, but it comes with a black box warning. I don't know if you do that, but side effects can include some pretty serious mental health symptoms like hallucinations, confusion. This is also one of those things where, in my experience, personally, and from what I hear from others, is that Tamiflu is one of those things that's just offered up way too easily and nonchalantly without giving really true informed consent to what the warnings are. So it's worth discussing alternative treatments with your healthcare provider, and it's okay to decline and lean on other remedies to support your body during healing. So that is what I have for you for this episode. Let's wrap it up. As we're heading into this season of giving, just don't forget to give your body the love and attention it deserves, whether that's a Lifewave patch, a binder for those indulgent meals, or simply some extra sleep. Those small intentional choices add up. And also, I have linked all the products that I mentioned today along with discounts in the show notes. So check them out if you're interested. When we focus on whole body support rather than quick fixes, you're going to feel more energized, less stress. You're going to feel more ready to really enjoy everything that the season has to offer. So those are my tips. What are some of your favorite tips for staying healthy during the holidays? I want to know. Let me know about them. I'll share them over on the gram. And that is all that I have for you for this episode. So I pray that this information blesses you this holiday season. I thank you for listening, and I will see you next week. Thanks for listening to Real Health Transformations. I appreciate you joining me. If you found value in what we covered today, I'd be grateful if you could leave a review on your podcast platform of choice. It really helps spread the word and just helps me get the show out to more people and lets more people find us. And if you'd like to submit a question for me to answer on a coaching episode or to apply to be a live guest on a coaching episode, check out the show notes on how to contact me for that. The show is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. As always, please consult your trusted doctor or medical professional before making health and lifestyle changes. I'll catch you next time on Real Health Transformations.